Kimi no Suizo wo tabetai by Sumino Yoru, Part 30. And right after that, I lost track of where I even was, probably due to the fact that I had pretty much never received aggressive body contact from anyone. I couldn't immediately grasp what had happened to myself. When I had realized it, my back had been pushed against the wall by the bookshelf. My left hand was free, but my right hand was being gripped against the wall at shoulder height. Even closer than before were breaths and heartbeats that weren't mine. Heat too, and an unjustly sweet scent. She had wrapped her right arm around my neck. I couldn't see her face. Her mouth was right beside my ear. It was a distance in which it felt like our cheeks could touch, and from time to time, they did touch. Just what she was doing. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. I made a memo of something I wanted to do before I die. Remember? She whispered into my ear. Her voice and breath lingered on my earlobe. She hadn't expected a response, so that I could carry it out. I checked if you wanted to make me your girlfriend. Her black hair was swaying right before my nose. The reason I called you over to my house was that too. I get a feeling that she giggled. Thanks for saying that you didn't. It was a relief. If you say you did, I wouldn't be able to achieve my goal. I could understand neither her words nor the situation. What I want to do is, you say, too sweet. To do something that shouldn't be done with a boy that isn't my lover, or even the person I like. Something that shouldn't be done. Something that shouldn't be done? Her words raced incessantly within my head. Something that shouldn't be done. Just what could it be? Was she talking about the current situation? Something in the future? Or perhaps even one of the things we had done up until now? I thought that all of them were correct answers. All of them were things that shouldn't be done. Me finding out about her illness, her spending time before her death with me even though she didn't even like me, us spending the night together, and me entering her room. If she was talking about something that shouldn't have been done, it felt like it could have been any one of the above. This is a hug, and so, starting from right now, this is something that shouldn't be done. As before, she said so, looking like she had seen through my heart. Perhaps sharing the same heartbeat made it easy to read my heart, but I couldn't read her heart at all. What should I do? It's fine, is it? Something that shouldn't be done. I didn't know the right way to respond, and I couldn't understand it all, but I used my free left hand to remove the arm hanging around my neck. I pushed her body away from me, and both the breaths and heartbeats were gone. In their stead, appearing before me, was her face, flushed red, even though she hadn't drunk any liquor. Having seen my face, she made a surprised expression. Unlike her, I was unable to make faces for other people to see, so I myself didn't know what sort of face I was making. I just weakly shook my head from side to side. I didn't even know what I was refusing. We looked into each other's eyes. The silence clung on. I examined her expression. Her eyes darted about restlessly, settling to look somewhere away from me. Then, she slowly and reservedly raised the corners of her lips and looked at me. And then, all of a sudden, she let it out. Just kidding. So said the girl, now with a full-faced smile. She released her grip on my right arm, shook off my hand, and remained roaring with laughter like that. How embarrassing. It's just a joke. The same mischief as usual. Don't create such an embarrassing atmosphere. Sheesh. Her sudden change left me stunned. Wow, that's the courage, you know? I even ended up hugging you. But, in the end, it's real, even if it's just mischief, huh? I gave it my all. Yep. Not to mention, you got all quiet so the atmosphere felt like it was the real deal. Did I get your heart racing? I'm glad you told me you didn't like me. Otherwise, it'd have started feeling serious. But my mischief was a great success, huh? It's because it was you that I was able to do it. That was so thrilling. I didn't understand the reason. I wonder why. But since I met her, this was the first time. The first time I was seriously angered by a prank of hers. The anger directed at the girl who kept on talking like it would shake off the embarrassment that had been dealt upon me. Slowly began to take form within my gut until it could no longer be digested. Just what did she think I was? I felt that I had been insulted, and that was probably the truth of the matter as well. If she said that this was socializing, then just like I had thought, I wanted to live without being involved with others. Everyone could just die of some pancreatic illness and disappear. No, I would eat them. I, the only righteous one, would eat everybody else's pancreata. Emotions and actions were surprisingly deeply intertwined. The inside of my ears were blocked with swelling anger. I didn't register her scream. I grasped the shoulders of the girl before my eyes and pushed her onto the bed. Her upper body collapsed onto the bed. Letting go of her shoulders, I grabbed hold of both her arms so that they couldn't move. My mind was blank. Finally, recognizing the situation, she struggled a little to move, but soon gave up. She looked at my face, casting a shadow upon her own. As always, I didn't know what sort of face I was making. Get along good? She was bewildered. What's wrong? Let go. It hurts. I stayed silent, only looking her in the eyes. What happened just now was a joke, you know? Hey, I was just playing around like usual. Just what would satisfy me. I didn't even know myself. Or perhaps I had had enough. While I continued to not utter a single word, her face that was rich in expressions, her face that she wore on her body for a life of socializing with others, began to change, going round and round like that time before. She laughed. Did you get on board with my joke? This is some pretty good service from you. Now, it's about time to let go. She got troubled. Hey, what's wrong? This isn't like you, get along good. You're not the kind of person who'd pull this kind of prank, right? Hey, let go. She got angry. Enough already! Do you think it's alright to do this sort of thing to a girl? Hurry up and let go of me! I, most likely with eyes filled with apathy, continued to look straight at her. She didn't try to evade my gaze either. Staring at each other on top of a bed, things couldn't get any more romantic. Before long, she too ceased to say anything. Only the fierce sound of the pouring rain seemed to condemn me through the window. I didn't know why the sounds of her breathing and blinking could be heard. I continued to stare at her, and she stared back at me too. That was why I understood. Wordlessly, within the eyes of the girl whose expressions had stopped changing, tears welled up. And as soon as I saw that, my anger, of which I didn't even know the source, melted away like I had never been mad. As my temper began to dissipate from the depths of my gut, I could feel my regrets beginning to churn. I gently let go of her arms and stood up. She looked at me with a befuddled expression. Having recognized that, I stopped looking at her face. Sorry. I didn't hear a response. She was still on the bed, lying in the same positions as when I had pushed her down. I grabbed the belongings I had left on the bed. Then, in order to escape, I gripped the doorknob. Horrible classmate Kun. Hesitating for just a moment because of the voice from behind, I responded without turning around. Sorry, I'm going home now. With just those words, I opened the door of the room I would probably never again return to, and with quick steps, slipped away. No one came chasing after me. I stepped into the rain, leaving the door unlocked, and after walking a few steps, realized that the rain was wetting my hair. I unhurriedly put up my umbrella and exited onto the road. The scent of summer rain rose from the asphalt. I rebuked myself from wanting to turn around and continued to walk as I recalled the path to school. The rain grew stronger. I was thinking. I, who had finally regained my composure, was thinking. I thought as much as I could think, but I could see nothing but regrets inside my heart. Baffled as to why I would do something like that, I was utterly disappointed with myself. I didn't know the target of my anger. I didn't know that I could hurt someone like that, and I didn't know that I could be hurt like this. I saw her face, I saw the tears. I was overrun by my emotion. My thoughts, my regrets had run wild within me. I noticed that I was clenching my teeth. My gums began to hurt when I became conscious of it. Do you think that the day would come when I would inflict pain on my own body because of human relationships? I had become strange. But if I thought of this pain as a punishment for myself, then I hadn't lost my sanity. Even so, my sins wouldn't be wiped away. It was all because of what she had called mischief. It had rubbed me the wrong way. It was the truth, but even if it was the truth, it was no excuse to get physically violent with her. It didn't matter even if I, regardless of her intentions, got hurt. Got hurt. I got hurt? Just what had I gotten hurt about? Although I could remember her scent and heartbeat, I couldn't understand what they meant. Somehow, I just couldn't forgive myself. With senseless emotion, I had hurt her. I caught a path in between some large houses. It was a weekday afternoon, and there was not a single soul inside. Surely, if I were to suddenly disappear, no one would notice. Having gone silent at the thought, a voice from behind shocked me back to my senses. Unremarkable classmate Kun? It was the calm voice of a male. I promptly turned round, and there stood a classmate under an umbrella. Up till he called out to me, I hadn't noticed his presence at all. I thought it was strange. First was the fact that he called out to me. Second was how he expressed an emotion that resembled anger, even though he had always left the impression of having a gentle smile. Speaking to him now made this the second time today. How rare of me to exchange words with the same human twice in one day. He was a boy that gave off a sense of warmth and neatness, our class representative. Thinking of finding out with what sort of heart did that kind of boy involve himself with me, I shook off my reservations about how I had nothing to do with him and called back out to him. Hey. Hi guys, this is Angelica. Thank you for listening to my story. And I hope you guys liked it. And if you do like it, please give the thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you'll be notified whenever I uploaded a new video. Thank you and have a good day and See you guys in another video. Bye bye.